Alrighty then, question 5. Now I really like question 5 because it reminds us of factorizing. So, the first thing you're going to do is take out HCF. Second thing you're going to do is look for A squared take B squared equals A take B, A plus B. The third thing you're going to do is what multiplies to get. So for example, sorry, I need one thing before I go into this one. If we get, oh, okay, no I won't. What multiplies to get the last number that adds to get the middle one. Which is called PSF. And the fourth one is PSF, then grouping. So PSF is product sum factor. It'll all come back to you, don't worry. So for 5a, we've got x cubed, take 8x squared, take 20x. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the highest common factor. X appears in all these, so I've got x outside of, well, x squared, take 8x, take 20. Now, we don't have any a squared take b squareds here. So what multiplies to get negative 20 and adds to get negative 8? Well, negative 20 is negative 10 and positive 8. So this means I've got x take 10, x plus 8. No, 2, not 8, 2. Because negative 10 times positive 2 is negative 20. Negative 10 plus positive 2 is negative 8. So we've factorised. So it's zeros, and you've just done this in an advanced, x equals 0, x equals positive 10, x equals negative 2. So don't forget, whenever you have one on its own, you're going to get x equals 0. And you change the sign for the others. Okay, let's have a look at 5b. We've got 2x to the 4, take x cubed, take x squared. Again, we're taking out a common factor. This common factor, x squared, goes into all of these. So we're left with 2x squared, take x, take 1. Now, we have a number in front of the x squared term, so we can't just do what times is to give negative 1 and adds to give negative 1. We have to do 2 times negative 1 equals negative 2. What multiplies to get negative 2 and adds to get negative 1? Well, negative 2 and positive 1. So this time, x squared, we don't just put it straight in the brackets. We have to write 2x squared, take 2x, plus 1x, take 1. So we're going to get x squared out of, well, if I factorise this one, then that's the same as, I'm going to just set up bigger brackets on the outside. 2x outside of x, take 1, plus, well, it's 1 outside of x, take 1. Which means I've got x squared out the front of x, take 1, 2x plus 1. So our zeros, x equals 0, because again, we've got x squared out the front. And what's the square root of 0? 0. x equals positive 1, x equals minus 1 on 2. Now, the positive 1, you know where it came from. The minus 1 on 2, you've probably had to write out the step 2x plus 1 equals 0 and then solve it for x. But you just change the sign and you put whatever's over the right, on the right over whatever's on the left. Okay, what's the next one? X to the 4 take 81. This is extension, so there's no nice easy ones. We've got 5c, well you'll call this one a nice easy one. We've got x to the 4 take 81. Now my brain's screaming at me different of two squares, but these aren't squares. Well, they actually are, because that's x squared squared take 9 squared. So this is going to come out as the same as x squared take 9, x squared plus 9. But then we get the situation where you're like, but x squared take 9, that's also the difference of two squares. So we're going to do x take 3, x plus 3, and then we've still got our x squared plus 9 afterwards we can't do anything with. So our zeros, we've got x equals positive 3, x equals negative 3, but x squared plus 9 equals 0, x squared equals minus 9, no zeros here. So we just get those two. So we just have that one and this one. The last one couldn't do anything. Okay, and finally we've got x to the 4 take 5x squared take 36. So 5d. X to the 4 take 5x squared take 36. Take 36. There's no highest common factor here. And you may be looking at this and being like, Miss, we've only done things with squares. Well, I'm going to say that, well, x to the 4 is x squared squared, and this is take 5x squared take 36. Let u, bear with me on this, equal x squared. Then I can write this as u squared take 5u take 36. And this one we know how to factorize because what multiplies to get negative 36 and adds to get negative 5, negative 9 and positive 4. Yep. So we can rewrite this as u take 9, u plus 4. So our zeros are u equals positive 9, u equals negative 4. But u was x squared, so I'm going to write x squared equals positive 9, x squared equals negative 4. So this one, x equals positive and negative 3, but this one doesn't work. So zeros are x equals positive 3 and x equals minus 3. You chuck those in, you'll get 0 for that whole thing. That's the last one. Thanks.